So I wanted to talk today about the idea of bioavailability, which basically means like the proportion of nutrients that you consume that are actually absorbed and utilized by the body. Um, I always say to think about it like eating a banana, right? An average banana has about like a little over 400 milligrams of potassium, but the body won't absorb all of those milligrams of potassium, even if you eat the whole banana. So just because something says, it contains 100% of your daily nutrients, that doesn't mean your body is going to absorb it all. And there are also certain micronutrients that are more easily absorbed by the body when digested as a food source rather than in a mineral form as a supplement. So there are, it's not as black and white as it may seem, but there are some things you can do to raise your chances of absorbing the most amount of micronutrients from each meal. One of those things you can do is to chop or mince foods that have rigid structure to them, right? Foods like spinach leaves or celery, right? Kale, things that are very rigid structurally. Chopping or mincing those foods instead of eating them whole will make them more bioavailable for your body. Also, I know I've talked about food combining before, but eating foods that are rich in iron along with foods that are high in vitamin C can increase the absorption of both of those micronutrients. And this combo can help prevent minerals from becoming unavailable essentially in your GI tract. So, the idea of tossing some mandarin oranges or some strawberries onto a spinach salad is a good way to combine, these iron-rich foods with these vitamin C foods, which can help with that bioavailability. And the other thing I recommend is that people eat both raw and cooked vegetables, right? Because processing, like pounding and soaking and draining and all of these things that we do to cook things can weaken their antioxidant levels. And so having both raw and cooked dishes in your, repertoire can help diversify your food sources and also boost bioavailability. So think about the idea of having, cooked vegetables with a meal versus having raw vegetables with a salad, or having roasted veggies as a snack and having raw veggies as a appetizer or something like that, where you're playing with having both raw and cooked foods in your diet. All of those things will help increase kind of bioavailability for you overall from a nutrient standpoint. So I hope that's helpful, and I will see you back here soon. Bye.